Very good morning to everyone. What we are going to discuss now is an introduction to the Constitution of India. Constitution as a document and Constitution as a legal text. And obviously, it goes without saying that Constitution cannot be understood or could be taken in just one go. It's a voluminous document, and even each of the provisions of the Constitution requires a lot of explanation and understanding of case laws also. That is going to be a Herculean task. But an understanding of the Constitution in a reasonable way, in a very brief way, can be completed by understanding the preamble of the Constitution. Preamble is nothing but a document which which will speak about the book or to the text to which it is appended. So preamble gives an introduction to the document concerned. So is the case with the Constitution also. The preamble of the Constitution gives an idea about the major principles and the major ideals the Constitution is trying to achieve. So let us just read preamble in a brief manner. Let us read the text of the preamble and try to discuss that in a brief manner. And the preamble says, it goes like this. Please listen very carefully. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So there are 5 major principles there, which speaks about the nature of India. India is sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic. And it further says, preamble further says, and to secure to all its citizens, the preamble goes on to say, and such a constitution, such an India which is constituted as per the Constitution, is trying to secure to all its citizens 4 things. So India, which is having 5 qualities, 5 features, and such an India will will secure to citizens 4 ideals. The first one is justice, social, economic, and political. Second one, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Equality is the third ideal which the Constitution is declaring it will achieve for the citizens. And the third ideal is equality of status and opportunity. And it also stands to promote among all the citizens fraternity. Fraternity, as all of us know, it is a kind of brotherhood that which the Constitution is trying to achieve. So fraternity, the ideal fraternity as understood in the Constitution is fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. That's the ideal fraternity as per the Constitution and as per the preamble of the Constitution. And the preamble of the Constitution goes on to say, if you read on, it says, in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So that is the enacting clause. Who made it, and for whom it is made, and on what day it is made. These are the ideas which the preamble says. So preamble is the distilled essence. I repeat, preamble is the distilled essence of any book, and so is the case with the Constitution. So it gives all the major ideas, the basic principles of the Constitution. So it says it's a nation which is sovereign, it's a nation which is socialist, it's a nation which is secular, it's a nation that is democratic, and it's a nation which is republican. So this is the nature of India of our dreams, India of the Constitution makers' dreams, our forefathers. And it is made for us, and we are living in this country. It is not that we have already achieved all these ideas. It is not that, but we know the path. And such an India, which is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, is achieved, is constituted not just for the purpose of having a nation, just for the sake of existence. Nation is a means to an end. When we say a means to an end, this is just an instrument, this is just a means for such a further ideal. Those ideals which are to be acquired for the citizens are justice in social field, in economic field, and also in political field, in all walks of life. In all the walks of life, Constitution is trying to achieve justice for the people. And apart from that, it is trying to achieve to secure its citizens liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. So liberty, all kinds of liberty in the practical field, in a pragmatic way, and also even in thought. So liberty, almost in whatever form you can contemplate that, and equality of status. You will be considered equally in India, not like you will be considered. There will be more than one kind of citizen. You will have equality of status, and you will have equality of opportunity for achieving your vocations. That's another another thing Constitution is trying to achieve to its citizens, and it is trying to promote, very importantly, because India is a nation of diversity, and we are trying to have unity in diversity. So in a nation there is where a lot of diversity exists. Fraternity is an important factor because we have got so many religions, so many races, so many castes, so many people of different gender. We have third gender also here. People of different places of origin, places of birth, and so many differences. A lot of diversity. In such a country, fraternity is an important, very important factor. And Constitution is also trying to achieve fraternity, and it is trying to do that by assuring the dignity of the individual. It ensures dignity to all its citizens and unity and integrity of the nation. And those are the ideas. So these ideals, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, can be achieved in different ways. But India is trying to achieve it through a democratic means. That's the reason why it says that India is a democratic country, India is a republican country, India is a socialist country. There are very many other options also, but India opted for socialism. India opted for a sovereign country. India opted for democracy. There are other options also. And India opted for a republican kind of nation. And there are other options also. But these are very deliberate. Even though there were other options in 1947, when we attained independence, we had very many systems of governance, or we could have made a system of governance for ourselves, which never existed in this world. But we very deliberately, considering the realities of India, opted for such a kind of India. And it is trying to achieve, such a nation is trying to achieve the four ideals which I have already mentioned. And let us understand each of this. Each of these ideals should be made sense of, because it's very important for us to have that. The first ideal is the first feature of the Constitution and the nation is the sovereignty, and that is something understandable. Any nation which is in a free world should have sovereignty. But sovereignty, if you try to understand it further, it has two dimensions. Sovereignty has two dimensions. The first dimension is that it has an external dimension, and it is an internal dimension too. The internal dimension is this external. Let's understand the external dimension first. External dimension is this: India is a country. We have there is a reality in India. There are forces, international forces outside India also. So when we speak of external dimension, we speak of nations other than India, or international organizations other than India, or forces other than outside India. So those are the external factors which could influence India. But India will govern itself. India has its own power factors. It has its own way of going forward. So that way, there is no external force. There is no external force which will have influence on India. Of course, we will listen to people, we will form an opinion based on our own conscience. It's not that we will be pressurized, we will be subject to pressure, or we will be amenable to an external force. That's the idea of external sovereignty. And what's the idea of internal sovereignty? Even within India, inside India, the forces, the administrative bodies, the governance bodies, the authorities will be only only those authorities which are set up as per the constitutional provisions will have a power in India. There will not be any authority apart from the authorities contemplated in the Constitution. So that is the second dimension of that's the second dimension of what we call internal sovereignty. So that's a brief idea of sovereignty, and there are very many ideas to be discussed. And the second idea is socialism. Socialism is a very vague idea which has got very many incarnations, almost in every nook and corner of the world. Secularism is found in every place in the world. I would say it has got so many versions. We do not have a concrete idea about what secularism is, but definitely when we speak, I'm speaking about socialism. But when we speak of socialism, what it is trying to achieve is a kind of egalitarian society. Egalitarian society. What's the idea of egalitarian society? Egalitarian society is a society where you have some kind of equality, a social equality, political equality, and what you call economic equality. If there's a society which will conform to these with these realities in the society, social equality, political equality, and economic equality in the society, then such a society could be understood as a socialistic society. But the major thrust of socialistic society, as all of us know, as you might already comprehend, the idea of economic equality is given more importance, more prominence when it comes to socialism, because socialism is an idea, is what you call dogma, which is trying to bring in equality in the society and equalize society in considering the economic inequalities. So economic equality gets thrust when it comes to socialist pattern of society, and that is the second ideal, second feature of Indian Constitution, or the society the Constitution is trying to achieve. There are very many other ideals also, like like democratic republic, secularism. These are all very important, and which we'll discuss perhaps in the next class. So that's it for the day, and take care. Thank you so much.
ഇവിടെ ഇല്ല